Yeah, so we talked about payment and forgiveness. Do you want to talk about some other topic?
I'm happy with this one.
Which one?
Yeah,
Payment?
the one you were talking
Okay,
about.
So why didn't he did not define the difference between payment and forgiveness? Are you able to do that?
Yeah, payment is payment so that you can have forgiveness.
No. What is payment and what is forgiveness?
Ransom.
Tell me the difference between
Ransom. Forgiveness is to give. What is the meaning of the word forgiveness? You go into every language, it's forgive. Meaning you go to another language, it says something that you give. Ransom is the same.
So you're saying forgiveness is to give?
Is to give something, yeah.
Okay, let me give you an example. Imagine you borrowed £100 from your brother. Now, if you want to forgive his debt, how would you do it?
You can forgive, but
how would you do
to enter heaven, and you are addressing.
Answer the question based on the analogy I gave you. If you want to forgive your brother who owes you a debt of £100, how would you forgive him if you wanted to forgive?
Knowing that I'm not God and I'm a human being,
I don't think you understand.
I can even forgive him.
With all due respect, if it's going to be a language barrier.
No, there's not a language barrier.
So
there is an understanding barrier.
Okay, so what is forgiveness for you then?
So can I forgive a brother a debt, something like that?
How would you forgive?
I can forgive it.
Yes, how?
But I can say that's all. But then
so you don't wait
a moment. But when we talk about forgiveness, it's forgiveness to enter into God's kingdom.
No. In the case of your brother, when you say, I forgive you, that's the end, right?
Yeah, you don't punish him.
No, you
but
don't.
There's no restoration in the relationship. You don't trust.
Wait a minute. I asked you what was the definition of forgiveness. You said you have to give something. In the case of your brother, did you give something when you forgave his debt?
Yeah, but you are conflating terms.
Okay.
So you are misleading.
I think it's a language barrier, so we'll leave it there. No problem.
No. Don't worry.
What do you mean?
I'm going to address that. Yeah.
So in forgiveness, you don't expect anything in return.
You don't configure things the way you want.
That's the reason Christians do not understand the definition of forgiveness even, because they don't have it. They only have payment by blood of an innocent man, which is the most unjust thing in a religion whose core belief is this: death penalty for an innocent man and is pre-planned human sacrifice. That's what it is. Next. Now tell me why that is just. Why is the planned death of Jesus Christ for your sins to be atoned for only by his death and shedding of blood? Why do you consider that to be just?
Yes. Because when we talk about forgiveness in Christianity, it's forgiveness to enter into God's kingdom, to receive eternal life.
It's payment, not forgiveness.
Yeah, payment to receive forgiveness.
Payment by blood.
Yeah, payment by blood. Yeah, well done.
How is it just? That's the question.
Because we receive something in return. We receive his good life, his justice, and he is punished on our behalf.
I don't think you know.
So he set an example, a very stupid example of two human beings having a debt in common. So the problem of that debt, that example, is that it doesn't explain justice. You can forgive someone else's debt. The problem of that is that you can't restore the relationship because you can't trust the person who owes you money. But we are talking about a relationship.
I give the example of a brother.
Yeah, but you wouldn't
trust your brother.
Yeah, but you wouldn't trust him in giving you money.
This is Christianity for you.
Yeah,
you don't trust their own brothers now.
But that's your God. That's your God.
No, wait. You got so much hatred for Islam that you don't even understand the difference between justice and injustice. Jesus himself told his followers, okay, his disciples, to forgive each other. What did he mean by that? Let's see if you understand that. Let's see if you understand the message of the Bible. Jesus told his disciples, forgive each other. What did he mean by that?
Do not hold an account against them because they are already forgiven. They are forgiven by God, so we don't block.
Forgive each other, not God forgiving them. When Jesus said
do
forgive
not
each
hold
other,
an account.
About
do
what?
not hold an account.
Account about what?
About their sins committed against a specific person.
They got no right to forgive sins from each other. They got the forgiving
do not
each other
hold an
means,
account.
for example, like
we believe that in earth we can forgive each other.
You can.
But that doesn't mean wait. We make justice.
So you can
That's the problem of your God.
So you
That's
can
the problem of your God.
You can't. You can
but we can restore justice.
No, answer the question.
You can restore
justice. Can you
justice.
forgive each other or not in Christianity?
Because people are restored in justice.
Are you able to forgive each other in Christianity, yes or no?
We are able to not hold an account against people.
That
doesn't mean
account about what?
Against the sins committed, against the offenses.
Which sins?
So for example, I'm going to give you an example.
Yeah.
You can, for example, steal money.
Yeah.
I can forgive. I can not hold that account
Good.
against
And
you
how do you
and not
forgive?
go. Wait a moment.
How do you forgive?
I won't go to the police and report it.
Okay.
That
That's
doesn't
it?
mean
That's it?
that doesn't mean that justice has been done. Justice has been done because God has forgiven you.
So if you think justice hasn't been done, then forgiveness has no meaning. In your book, forgiveness has no meaning.
That's the problem. You
By
you
the
have
way, this is
already
Jesus.
proven.
No,
You
I
have
told you,
already
Jesus
proven
said
the
to
reality of Christianity.
No.
We can
Jesus said to
we can
forgive each other.
we can forgive each other
Yes.
because ultimate justice has been done.
And how
The
is that-
problem of your God, the problem of your God
How is the
that
ultimate justice done?
He can forgive without
How is the ultimate
making
justice done?
justice.
By blood sacrifice of a human.
Yes,
yeah?
that's
There you go.
justice.
So for the Christians, the ultimate justice is a human sacrifice. That is pagan ritual, satanic ritual, because only the satanic cults would follow human sacrifice. This is what Christianity has done to their minds, unfortunately, where they think it is justice for an innocent man to be killed for no fault of his. And by the way, they keep saying that he went willingly. No. Like I said in the previous conversation with the other Christian, that Jesus was literally praying to his God with his face on the floor, begging him to take this cup away from me. Let it be your will be done, not my will. Because this was the prayer of Jesus. Take the cup away. You know when, by the way, that guy misunderstood what he meant by your will, not my will. So Jesus' will, regardless of him saying that, the prayer was still to save him from the crucifixion. Was Jesus' prayer accepted?
So
or
you
rejected?
quoted the book of Hebrews, right? To say that without
Yeah.
the bloodshed, there's no.
No, answer this
There's
question.
no for.
Yeah,
no,
before
you
you go
don't.
there-
You can't configure which questions I can answer, which one.
No, you need to answer the question I asked first. So, was Jesus' prayer accepted or rejected in the Garden of Gethsemane
When he said,
"Take this cup away from me," meaning save me from the crucifixion? Was
Can
it-
I build? Can I build my answer? Can I
course,
build
build
my
your
answer?
answer, no problem.
So this man quoted the book of Hebrews to say that without bloodshed there's no forgiveness or there's no peace with God. Whatever you want to understand it. In the very same book of Hebrews, you have a text saying exactly that, what he said, but also that was the requirement that Jesus had to learn obedience. So the very same book that he's quoting is answering his question. Jesus had to learn obedience. That's what he did at Gethsemane. At Gethsemane, he didn't like the idea of dying,
Was his prayer
but he
accepted
did
or
it.
rejected?
Yes,
Answer
when
that
he
question.
said, "Let your will be done," let your will be done, which he says the same.
Was the prayer accepted or rejected?
Yeah,
Stop
when he
evading
said,
like the other guy.
No.
You're evading the question.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
You're evading the question. My question was his prayer to be saved from the crucifixion accepted or rejected?
When he said, "Let your will be done, not mine," yes, he submitted to his will.
Okay, but what was his prayer?
That his will be done.
What was
And
his
also
prayer?
he included.
What was his prayer? Why are you evading the question? What was Jesus' prayer? What did he pray for?
God, Father. So if you count,
Yeah, he's God.
he's God. So if
Your
you
God is
believe, by the way, if you believe that text is true and you want to use it against me, you have to also
I
to
don't
accept.
have to believe it's true. I'm using it against you because it's your book.
That's very good. So
Because
you
it's your
don't
book.
believe it. So you even
I'm
don't
not to
believe.
believe, just because
You are
I-
using something you
So
really
wait,
don't even
so
believe.
you're saying everything I quote from your book, I have to believe it? What kind of logic is this? I thought it was only
That's my question. What kind of
reasoning,
logic is this?
But his logic is also lacking. So answer the question. What was the prayer of Jesus?
Yeah, the very first part of his prayer.
Which was?
Yeah,
Which was what?
Father, if this cup may pass.
And what
I
does that
don't
mean?
remember exactly the words, but you know that what I'm saying.
Yeah. So let me teach you what it was. Jesus
Yeah.
says, "Take this cup away from me." What does that mean?
To escape or to find a solution without him being crucified.
Thank you. That
Yeah.
was the prayer. Was that prayer of his accepted or rejected?
Well, that prayer didn't finish at that point.
I didn't
But
say-
let your will be done.
Okay. So you're saying
He did John
Can you-
5.
can you answer
I
the
came to do the will of the Father, not my will.
I know. So what does it mean? Your God will is different to his God's, right?
No,
Jesus'
but in
will-
his humanity.
Do-
So
do
you like to
believe-
conflate.
By the way, do you believe they have different wills or same will?
No, the same will.
So why is he
So
saying
he
your will, not my
submitted.
will?
So the eternal will is one, but in his humanity, he didn't like the idea of suffering. Yet will is something you practice.
So wait, you're saying he has how many wills? 3 wills now.
No, not 3 wills.
How many wills?
One will.
Which
But
is
in
what?
his human nature,
No.
in his
Which will
human
does he have?
nature,
Human will or
in
divine
his
will?
human nature,
How many wills does he have?
his will didn't like the idea of suffering. Yet he submitted
Does he
to
have
the
a
will
human
of the
will and a
Father.
divine will, or only one will? How many wills does he have?
One will.
Which is it, divine or human?
Experience in both senses.
No,
the
no.
divine, the eternal one.
So you're saying the divine experience is the human will?
Yes, because I believe in the
Okay.
hypostatic union, by
Good,
the
good.
way.
So if he has only one will, then why is he asking the other divine person, let it be your will, not mine?
No,
Answer.
so you have used
No
the book of
answer.
Hebrews.
No answer. No, this
No,
is
no,
the
no.
book of Hebrews.
I'm answering,
Matthew.
and he doesn't want me to answer.
Go on, answer.
Well, are
Did
you running away?
Did you understand the question I asked you?
Yeah.
What is the
So
question?
you
Let's see.
are saying that there was more than one will because he asked to submit his will.
Yes.
Yes, but what is will?
You tell me.
No.
You said there's two.
I told you already, something
You're
to
saying
be
there's one will,
practiced.
but then Jesus is still asking him, let it be your will, not mine. If there was only one divine will, then there should be only one divine will. There's no need to ask
And that's
his
what
God.
he practiced.
Okay, so
that's
he
what
practiced
he
what?
practiced.
He practiced that
So
he has
you
to ask-
quoted the book of Hebrews,
Answer
Hebrews,
the question.
and I already.
How do you
I'm
make
answering
sense?
your question, but you don't like the answer.
Why does
That's
he
the
say,
problem.
let it be your will, not mine? If it's only one will. Answer that question.
So what is will in that moment? So he is submitting his will, but the human reaction.
Which
So,
will is he submitting? Divine or human?
so can I answer?
Yeah, you can.
So you don't like the idea of me answering your question.
Actually, I
So
do.
his will is the same will, his divine will, experienced in two realms, the divine and the human experience. The human experience had to learn how to submit that will. That's what it says, the book of Hebrews, the one that you like so much to quote.
So answer the question, which you haven't answered yet. If it is the same, if there's only one will, the divine will only, yes? Then the question is, why does he need to ask his God?
That will had to be practiced. That's what I'm telling
Which
you.
will needs to be practiced?
He wanted. So
It makes no sense, honestly. If there's only one will,
so
why
do you
ask his
think
God?
do you think
Let it be your will.
Jesus
not mine?
do
By
you
the way, he
think
already
Jesus
said the
wait a
prayer.
moment, do you think Jesus never wanted the idea of coming to die?
Actually, he prayed against it.
No,
He
but
said,
you
"Take
when
this
you
cup away
quote
from me." What he correctly said, Jesus wanted me to save from the crucifixion. You know how many times he prayed that? 3 times. And all 3 times his God rejected his prayer. That means your God's prayers get
Mark
rejected. What chance do you
10:45,
have for your
Mark
prayers to be accepted?
10:45, Matthew 20:28.
Google it, no problem.
Yeah.
The question still is
He
the same.
came to give his life as a ransom for many.
Yeah, who said
That was before
Who said that?
Gethsemane.
Those are not the words of Jesus.
Oh, these are the words of Jesus.
These are not the words of Jesus.
These are the words of Jesus.
Then why does it say he came? Why does it say in the third person?
I'm quoting Mark, but about, for example,
My point
Matthew.
exactly. Mark was not even a disciple of Jesus. So he's definitely not quoting Jesus directly.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So you are
Pray to your
oh
God
my
now.
goodness.
But
Yeah.
if Jesus' prayer got rejected, what chance you have your prayers being accepted? Your own God prayers got rejected. Clearly Jesus, according to you, is God. And your God's prayers got rejected. By whom? By his God. Does your God have a God? Does Jesus have a God?
You are deflecting now.
I'm not.
Yes, you are deflecting.
You're now afraid to answer the question because you realize you're stuck in
He
a
didn't
problem.
say that Jesus never say these words.
Which word?
So Matthew 20 verse 28.
he is in the third person.
Just as the
You
Son of Man, did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. These are the words of Jesus
No.
in the Gospel
It's
of
talking
Matthew.
about third person. Do you not understand English, my friend?
But he is the Son of Man. That's very common.
Son of which man?
So, for example,
He's the son of which
does
man?
your God in the Quran speaks in third person? Yes or not?
My God speaks in the third person about whom? About whom?
About himself.
Yes, you can talk about yourself in the third person.
He has proven that Jesus is God
But
and that he gave his
but what did
ransom
he
for
say?
many.
He didn't say
He's
God
speaking
spoken.
to himself in third person.
Yeah, but you said-
Thank you.
you said
have
God-
proven it.
Hold on.
You have proven
Did you
it.
say Jesus spoke in third person or Mark spoke in third person?
He's talking. Who is the Son of Man?
no, who spoke?
Who is the Son of Man?
Answer the question.
Here, I'm answering
You see,
you.
he realized
No.
that he didn't know
Do you
English.
see?
It is
Do you
God
see
who is speaking
that
in the
he
third
doesn't
person.
understand anything? I think you have English
answer,
problems.
Answer the question.
I can teach
Does
you.
your God have a God?
No, don't deflect. We
Answer
were
the
talking
question.
about sacrifice.
Yes.
You have confirmed that Jesus is God, by the way.
How?
Because Allah, according to you, speaks in third person
So
in the
anyone who
Quran.
speaks in third person is God.
But
according
now
to
he
that.
doesn't
Where
believe
do they
that
get the
Jesus
logic
is
from these
speaking
guys?
about himself
You
in
know?
third
So
person.
now he's afraid to answer. Is there any other Christian who can answer this question? Does Jesus have a God? You're a Christian, you got a big cross around.
So
you.
he
Does Jesus
doesn't.
have a God?
No, let him answer. We were talking about
wait.
human
You have
sacrifice
already given up.
and
Let him
ransom.
answer. Does Jesus have a God? No. I didn't ask if he's God.
He doesn't
I
want to
asked,
talk to me
is he
anymore.
God?
He
Because you
doesn't
don't
want to
answer the
talk to me
question.
anymore.
So you don't answer the question.
He doesn't
Jesus
want to
have
talk
a-
to me
okay,
anymore.
the question is
You
open to you as
deflected
well.
from
The
topic.
question is open to you as well. Does Jesus have a God? He does not have a God, yeah? So when Jesus in John 20:17 says, I go to my Father and your Father, my God and your God. What did he mean when he said, my God? I know, but what did Jesus mean? I can't hear. You need to come closer. What did he mean when he says, I go to my God?
He was our perfect example.
That wasn't my question. What does Jesus mean when he said, I go to my God?
No, his question was that if God
He won't answer the question. He's
in
afraid.
Islam, God doesn't
Holy-
accept
Holy
human
Spirit left him.
sacrifice. That was his question. But Sahih
So,
Muslim
the reason
2767,
he can't
which
answer
he
the
doesn't
question
like to hear it,
because
says
he knows there's
when
only
it
one
will be
God.
the day of resurrection, Allah would deliver to every
I've already
Muslim,
answered that question.
a Jew or a Christian,
Yeah, on the day
and
of
say,
judgment.
this is your rescue from hellfire.
Yeah, this is on the day of judgment, which I've already answered. The other guy who didn't know English either, unfortunately. So on the day of judgment, on the day of judgment,
I can teach you English, by the way, but anyway.
really you can?
Yeah.
Okay, which-
And theology, by the way, and Islam, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
You sound like an arrogant person.
No, you are an arrogant. You are an
He's
arrogant.
repeating my words. You know, this shows that he doesn't know his own words. So when I asked him the question, does Jesus have a God? He had no answer. You know why? Because he'll get stuck with the Trinity. In John 20:17, it clearly says, I go to my God.
deflecting. Do you know what deflecting is?
Yes, I know what's deflecting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going to another topic.
No, it's not another topic. You know why he said Jesus prayed? Whom did he pray to? Whom do people pray to? To God only, right? If Jesus prays, whom is he praying to? Answer. I'm not
It's in
deflecting now,
Quran 33,
because- answer the question. See, now he's
33,
deflecting.
56, when Allah says,
You are afraid to answer questions. Is
Allah
there
and
any-
the
is
angels
there any
pray
brave
for
Christian
Muhammad,
here
and
who
he
can
has a
answer the
problem.
question? Is there any
Allah
brave-
and his angels pray to or for
No,
Muhammad.
you don't even know Arabic.
Yusalun. What is Yusalun?
Yes, Aluna?
Yusaluna,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, so when he says yes, Aluna,
I'm letting you to deflect because
no. Hold on. So you're deflecting now, you agree? You're a hypocrite.
No, it is you.
You told me not to
It is
deflect,
you.
and now you deflect.
No,
See,
it
I've
is
called him
him.
out as a
It is
hypocrite
him.
as well.
It is him who
No.
quoted, who say that Jesus is praying to someone, to the Father,
No, he's praying to his God.
to his God. Yes,
Okay, can you pray to anyone other than God as a Christian?
I can pray to God. Yeah.
Only God? Nobody else,
What is
right?
prayer? It's talking, right?
No.
It's
prayer,
talking.
No, prayer is more than talking. It's actually worship. If you knew English, you would know this. The fact that he doesn't know English, or even the Greek in the book is written in, shows that he doesn't know the basics of prayer. Prayer is only addressed to God Almighty because it is a form of worship.
Prayer comes from oratio, which means speaking.
Yes, but it means worship. Can you? That's why I asked you the question. You can speak to your mother, but can you pray to your mother? Let's see if he knows the answer of that.
No, because
No, because
no,
because
prayer means that there is
Worship.
a distance, an eternal distance, an infinite gap.
No. Where does it say that? Definition of prayer is infinite distance. So you're saying there's distance between you and God?
God is in heaven.
You don't believe God is everywhere?
I believe God is everywhere. Yeah.
So there is no distance, or there is distance. Even your
That is-
definitions are falling at your ankles now, which means you don't know English.
But
and
when
the
they,
definitions
no,
of
no, no,
different
no.
words.
So you
This is
see,
what happens when you become
who is the arrogant?
When you become arrogant and say, I will teach you English, and then he actually makes a complete...
He is the one criticizing,
complete
saying English
fool of
barriers
himself.
from the beginning.
Yes.
From the beginning.
Yes, from the beginning you have a
From
barrier.
the beginning.
That's why you didn't know the meaning of the term forgiveness. He said you have to give something. At
I
the very
gave you
beginning.
an excellent description, and you don't address even the topics.
I addressed
I'm
the
very
topic,
sorry because
and you're-
unless you are surrounded by your fellow Muslims,
Oh,
you are
feel-
nothing.
Is that the reason you're panicking?
I'm not panicking. I've been here all the time.
Good.
All
So
the time.
why are you afraid to answer the question? Does Jesus have a God?
You are deflecting again. I told you.
Panicking.
So he
You know
didn't
why,
want
by the
to-
way, you know why this is not deflection? Because in the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus did pray to his God. And that is the reason. It is within the context of my question. And the reason he's not answering is because he knows as soon as he answers that question, his Trinity is destroyed. Because we only worship one God. They claim to worship only one God. But Jesus himself worshipped his God, God the Father. Because in John chapter 17, verse 3, what does Jesus say? He alone, this is eternal life, that they may know you. Who is the you here? The Father, the only true God, and Jesus Christ whom you have sent. So even Jesus, by his own admission, claims that God is only one person, and not like these pagan Trinitarians who worship three people or three persons as God. Jesus never ever advocated that. In fact, no prophet
I'm
in the entire Bible
letting him
advocated
to
that.
deflect. I'm gonna letting him to deflect.
He keeps.
So
I
he's
think
going
only learned one
to
word
John
on
17. John 17,
Yeah.
without understanding that John 1:1 is saying that the
What?
Word was with in the beginning. The Word was with God, and the Word was God.
Okay. And where's the Trinity?
So who is the Word?
You tell me.
Who is the Word according
You
to
tell
that
me.
text? It's Jesus Christ.
Where does it say that the word is Jesus Christ? Show me.
So
Show me from John 1:1 where it says the word is Jesus Christ. And if the word is Jesus Christ, and then he says he's with God, who is God then?
but
who's
you
God
are
in that
proving the
context?
Trinity.
No, I'm not.
But you are proving the Trinity.
You're
So
trying
the
your
fact,
level best and you're failing miserably.
no, you are failing miserably, and I'm
see,
gonna tell you
know when
why.
you
And
start
I'm repeating
copying-
your words.
Yes.
And I'm repeating your
You know,
words.
when
Don't worry,
repeat
you can
somebody's
say it.
words, it is basically trying to say that I cannot think of myself, so I'm repeating your words.
Well, in fact, you
It's a-
can't think of
I-
yourself, and also you can't think.
I see that
people-
as flattery. No problem. So answer the question. You see, I answered his question when he brought John 1:1. I didn't say deflecting, because you see, Allah has given us the confidence to answer every question of theirs. But they start crying, playing the victim, deflecting, all this. Poor guy who learned one word in English. and
who
he thinks,
started saying things like language barrier, things like that.
I said it because you didn't understand the meaning of forgiveness.
And I gave you a description.
Give me the description again. Let's see if it's consistent. What is the definition of the
To
term
give,
forgiveness?
to give. So very simple. Separate for and give. To give, and you give a ransom.
Is there anyone who agrees
So
with this
when
guy's
you go,
definition?
when you go to Matthew 20:28, Jesus himself is saying
Okay.
that he has come to give himself as a ransom.
That is not forgiveness. By the way, do you know the meaning of forgiveness? You're a Christian, right? It's simple, brother. Look, you
doesn't
speak,
even
you speak
wanna talk
English.
to me.
Tell me what is the definition of the term forgiveness. You don't know? Okay. Is there any Christian here who knows the definition of forgiveness? None of them, really?
Say it's another person forgiving you about
You're a Christian lady. What is the definition? No, I'm not. You're not on camera, so that's fine. You know
I've got an answer for
simple
other
English
question
terms
you
like the
asked me.
term forgiveness. What does it mean? Forgiveness to you. Yeah, but you can't use the same term in the
In
definition.
Psalms, someone just said
Okay?
there was
To
a
forget
prophecy
what they
that
have done wrong to you.
Jesus
That's a
became,
good.
the
At least you
Father
know.
became
Mashallah,
Jesus
she's
God
probably
in
half his
Mary-
age,
in the- in
or
the
even
mother-
less.
in Mary's
And
womb
he-
or something
he knows,
like that.
She knows the definition.
Yeah.
No longer hold the person accountable.
Very
You know,
good. Yeah, that's another definition I'll accept. So when you forgive someone, by the way, I gave him the example of him owning, his brother owning a debt to him. Let's say of £100. His brother owes him £100. This gentleman, if he wants to forgive his brother, he can. But then would he expect payment in return? Definitely that's not
I gave an explanation for
That
that.
is not a- you
Do you
said-
want me to give that explanation again?
No, you gave a wrong definition. I asked you twice and you failed twice miserably.
Don't say what I give or I don't give. I will give it.
I know you will give it, but it's still wrong. Okay? So, my friends, what we are doing here is that having a simple discussion and trying to understand the difference between payment and forgiveness in Islam and in Christianity. In Christianity, the only way they can forgive, get forgiven, is by a human sacrifice. In Islam, we have no such restrictions. God forgives whom He wills, and God punishes whom He wills. He has the ability to do both. He has the right to do both. Okay? Yeah, so even in the New Testament, if you look at the New Testament in Matthew 15:3, Matthew 15:3 says that anyone who curses the mother or father shall be put to death. Where is Jesus getting this from? He's getting it from the Old Testament. But he's repeating it after 1400 years. Why? Because that rule still applied then. So why, according to your own Jesus Christ in Matthew 15:3-4, it says anyone who curses the mother or father shall be put to death. And he says this is a command of God. So he didn't just say I said it, he said this is a command of God. This guy here has no answer so far. He's keeping quiet all this time.
Can
Why?
I?
Yes, please.
Can I?
Why
Yeah.
does your God demand a death penalty for unruly children?
When we say that Jesus died as a vicarious sacrifice for the sins of others, is that people who trust in Him may not go to hell but go to heaven. Doesn't mean that when we are forgiven, we have a blank letter to commit whatever we want and we won't go to jail.
Blank check.
Blank check, yes. Thank you.
It's an English idiom. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see.
Yeah, I didn't finish, sorry. I didn't
by the
finish.
way, you're not answering the question I asked you. I asked you.
Because I didn't finish. You interrupted me.
Yeah, but it wasn't the question I asked you. You're answering something I didn't ask you.
But how do you know if you don't let me finish?
Okay, what is the question you're answering?
About forgiveness.
No, that wasn't my question. Okay, my question was in Matthew 15:3
Yes.
and 4, Jesus says, anyone who curses the mother or father shall be put to death. And he repeats and says, this is the command
Again
of God. Do you agree
and again,
do you agree
yes.
that unruly children shall be put to death?
We are in a different covenant.
It was in the New Testament, by the way. Matthew 15 is New Testament, for your information.
So we are in the new covenant.
It's the
and
New
we,
Testament. New
Yes.
covenant. In the time of Jesus, he said this.
Yeah, he doesn't deny, but what is the understanding of the new covenant? That the law has been fulfilled in him.
Okay, why did he say this to the Jews if it's fulfilled? Why did he tell them that this is God's command? Put to death anyone who curses the mother or father.
Where that did happen.
What do you mean by that?
Where that did happen.
Did he say that?
Where that did happen.
Did he say that?
Yeah, that commandment
Yes.
was given to who?
But by Jesus in the New Testament.
By Jesus in the New Testament.
Yes.
To who is he speaking
Regardless,
to?
regardless.
No, regardless, no. To
So
who
you're saying
is
your
he
God,
talking?
so you're saying your God gives different commandments to different people?
No, same principles. Same
Okay, so answer the
principles.
question then.
By the way,
Why are you asking me to whom he gave then if it's the same principle? What is the principle? Would you agree with that command of God according
we are
to the
going
Bible?
in circles because he doesn't want me to finish my comment.
You
So-
did not make a comment on this. You haven't answered the question. All you're doing is you're asking counter
Because
questions.
what I'm telling
I've
you,
answered your counter
what I'm
questions.
telling you, and by the way, when
So do
we
you
check
agree?
children,
Do
it's
you
not talking
agree?
about children
He is
in the Old
saying
Testament.
If you curse a mother or father, who will be doing that? The children, obviously. Who curses the mother or father shall be put to death. Do you agree with that command of God of the Bible?
And I believe that when you interpret well the commandment in the Old Testament is not talking about children.
Matthew 15, 3.
Little.
But
It's
it's
not talking
little or
about
big,
little.
doesn't matter.
Going
It's
to the
children.
Old Testament.
So answer the question.
Anyway,
Do you agree with the command
I agree with the command,
of
yes.
killing unruly children?
In that context, yes.
In any
Because-
context?
Yeah, in any
you-
context.
why you want to kill
no,
unruly children?
No, in any context.
Why you want to kill unruly children? This is what Christianity does
He is
to you.
conflating things. It's not given to children. I can justify
Okay.
when you go to
When
the
he
Old
says-
Testament,
when he says,
it's not
if
talking
you
about
curse-
children.
Listen. When he says if you curse your mother or father, put them to death. Put whom to death? The children of this mother and father.
Adults can
This
have
adult.
parents. Adults can have parents.
Okay, so it can-
and even in the law says there is an age of accountability.
Okay, so why should
An
you
age
put
of
the children to
accountability.
death? That is the question.
Because
Why
that's
put
not
them
the
to death?
right word. Children is referring to sons. To the sons. It's not saying
by the way,
particularly
you
a
know
young
why-
age.
You know why I said this is a problem with the language barrier? Are you the child of your parents?
I'm a child, yes.
Okay, so when I say children, why do you think it's wrong?
But I'm not a little boy.
When did I say it?
You
as a
are
little
proving
boy?
my point. My goodness, he's proving my point.
He's putting
He's
words in my
putting-
mouth. I never said little boys. I said children. Learn to listen and understand.
Yeah, and can I go back to what I wanted
answer
to
the
say?
question first. Answer my question.
Which question?
The question.
I told you all the time. I agree with that law.
So you agree with the command to put unruly children to death
But I told you that law was given to who?
by God, right?
Given to?
Doesn't matter, by God, right?
No, it matters.
You said the principle is same.
You say
You
it
said
doesn't
it's the
matter.
same principle.
At convenience. At convenience things matter. At convenience things
No. When
don't
did I say?
matter.
You're the one who said it doesn't matter. I said what doesn't matter is whom the command is given. If the command is
To who?
Let me finish.
To who?
Let me finish so you understand. Regardless of whom the command is given, is the command given by your God or not?
Yes.
Does that include Jesus?
To who?
Does that include Jesus?
To who?
Yeah.
To who? I'll answer the first question.
No. I will
I
answer.
answer the first
Just like the way
question.
you never,
Now is
just like you see how you feel now when I asked you about does Jesus have a God and you never answered that question?
do you want me to answer that question?
Yes, please.